Well, hello my beautiful Capricorn, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of June right through the end of July 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I'm using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Capricorn, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Capricorn? What do they need to know right now regarding their current situation? Please show them the path ahead. What lies ahead regarding their career sector and their financial situation? Show them the money. What are they about to receive? Can you please highlight the path that they're on at this moment in time? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. So we have the Death card there as your protagonist energy. So this indicates a lot of changes that you've been dealing with. I feel a lot of you are rebirthing your energy after a period of time. I mean, a lot of you could be connected to the endings or the beginnings of things over the next coming weeks and months. Things like contracts, renewals of service providers, and things that you need to utilize regarding your business or your industry at this time. But I feel like your industry or whatever it is that you're doing, particularly, there's change there. I feel there's an energy of new doors opening up or something transferring, as it were. And that transformation card indicates a lot of you are on the up. It may not feel like it right now, but this transition period is a gateway to more, is what I'm seeing there. This is you either launching something or spreading your wings and really stepping into your power at this time. I mean, the Death card as a protagonist energy means you are actually changing the way that you're working, or it can be that you are making some improvements. A lot of you are tying up loose ends as well, getting projects finished, your tasks done, being very productive there. You're a very talented person, but you may be tying up loose ends in order to take a vacation for some of you. But there's definitely change afoot, and a lot of you there, you know, it's something that you're manifesting because we have the Lover's card. It opens a gateway to more possibilities, potential there, and options. So we will tap in a little bit more to each card. You also have that Empress energy, which is all about abundance. Some of you may feel like you haven't fully stepped into your dream job or position. You may feel that you are somehow not reaching your full potential at this time. You're capable of more. I mean, you're working really hard. You're definitely kind of, at capacity, a lot of you, but you may feel you haven't had the opportunities, or, there's so much more potential for you to tap into in your current situation. And, you're reflecting on the necessary steps. I mean, look at this. You have the Lovers card and you have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. Now, if this was a Lovers reading, I would say, hello, you're about to fall in love. There's a high level commitment coming on in. But as this is a career reading, this can be that there is, an energy of you committing to something and it's going to be very rewarding, or there's some sort of contract. I mean, we've got the Four of Wands. Some of you may return to an industry where you really make a mark, or it could be you're returning to a project, or perhaps your favorite client or customer is returning. We've also got the Queen of Wands there as well. A lot of people energy. So this can indicate that, you are expanding your reach. More people are interested in what you do, or perhaps there's some sort of appraisal or meeting that you will have that sees some sort of rewarding outcome there. I will, as I said, tap into, the energy, because all those people cards, because there's court cards there, kings and queens and an empress, can indicate, that not only that there's people involved here, whether it is word of mouth, people, discussing your talents, your skills in order to elevate you, or whether it is, aspects of self, all of you kind of like tapping into certain resources, your passion, your vision, your magnetic side, you're drawing opportunity towards you, and you really care about what you do, because cups are all about your vision. It can indicate, that you really care. You're investing your whole heart and soul into something. And that Queen of Wands is you're driven, you're passionate, you're ambitious, you're paying attention, and you're also going to get a lot of attention in your industry, whatever it is that you do, because you're inspired. You're an attractive asset to any team or to any kind of like opportunity. Let me see, we've got the Choices card, which is the Lovers card, okay? And we've got the Seven of Cups, which is the Choices card in a different deck. So I feel like you're exploring your options. You may even be soundboarding an opportunity that comes your way with other people at this time. You may be launching something, and lots of people are kind of loving what you do, or you could be maybe... I see that you're making an impact, but I'm just getting this energy of some of you may be revamping something, or changing a style, or changing a way that you work, and people just love it. It gives people options. So if you are like a sole trader, or you're an artist or a creator in some way, it could be that you are changing your style or making additions to your website. Some of you could actually be creating a website at this time, and maybe you're like outsourcing some of those aspects to people who are knowledgeable about creating websites, or perhaps you are creating a website and showing it to your nearest and dearest and saying, what do you think? And they love it. And I feel, they could give some input there on how to tweak things. It's always good to get advice, but ultimately with that Devil card there, a lot of you are, knowing what you're doing. I feel that you're very knowledgeable. Got the Fool card, fresh new start, launching something, the Hangman, and we got the World. Very goal-oriented, very productive, and reaching your desired destination, whatever that may be. It's going to be different for everybody, but that World energy indicates something, that you change, comes to like a new era, as it were. It just feels like you're opening yourself up to something, and it's celebratory. The Four of Wands is to celebrate. It's also to collaborate or integrate in some way. So there could be a networking event here that helps you, connect with industry people, or people who are well known, iconic kind of industry legends, as it were, and they kind of inform your rise to becoming one of those legends in your industry. So please take it as it resonates. If you're someone who's an influencer, I definitely see here that, you will connect to like-minded individuals. You will actually connect with very well-known people, very established people in your industry. And they help open doors for you by creating all this contact energy, because there's so many people. The Four of Wands is to be integrated, community. Even if you're starting up a business in the community, I definitely see here that you'll get a lot of attention, and you are someone who basically could go in any direction and it would work. You're very gifted in many different areas, But with that Devil card, you know, in your resistance position, it means you're being very disciplined. It means that you are focusing on what's important to you in your industry, and you're making some long-lasting changes that open up doors of potential and possibility. And, you know, some of you with that World card, you go global. You know, even if you are like using a social media platform, because this can be a partnership. It doesn't have to be partnership with people. It could be you launching some sort of connection with a social media platform or blogging system, or even a website that, you know, kind of promotes your work, for example. It could be a partnership, a contract between you and a company that you've always wanted to work with, something that has global reach or connections. Or even if you're like a sole trader or an artist or creative, it could be that you put your designs or whatever it is that you do, your books, your art, your music, it could be that you're getting it out there and people love it. And actually, you know, you have a lot of people connecting to you, and it is expanding your reach in some way. And I feel, you know, this is more about you loving what you do and perhaps returning to something that, you know, you used to kind of like really enjoy. So, I mean, there's a lot of change going on in the industry right now. So whatever it is that you do, whether you work for a company or whether you work for yourself, I feel like you're navigating certain changes in your industry, and you may have witnessed people being made redundant or, you know, being let go of jobs. And, you know, there's just a lot of shift there. And if you are someone who's come to this reading, because not everybody has come to this reading with this energy, some of you with that Death card energy, it can indicate something ended for you. So if you particularly have come to this reading and you've been made redundant or had to walk away from a position that was very toxic, especially with one person, you know, there, well, maybe two even, there could have been two people here who were very kind of like, extra demanding, singling you out, micromanaging you, abusing their power, you know, manipulating a situation. If you've walked away from an industry or a working environment that was very toxic and just not right for your health, you did the right thing. Okay, and even if you were made redundant, I feel, you know, the universe did you a bit of a favor. It may not feel like it right now, but I feel there is like this dream opportunity coming on in, something that you'll celebrate. You may even return to some sort of industry event, or you could go to like a job fair and meet someone from your past. And they're like, oh yeah, I work in this industry now. And you're like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to get into that. And they could give you a piece of information or even offer you an opportunity. Okay, so if you're looking for a job right now, because a lot of you with that Queen of Cups, you love what you do. You have so much to offer your industry. You really are an asset and a gift. You're very talented. Okay, the Queen of Wands can indicate there that you're passionate, you're driven, you have a vision, and I feel, you know, this is a new start for you. This actually helps you spread your wings and springboard into an opportunity that you'll celebrate. Four of Wands is to, you know, enter into an arena where it's like a milestone. So it could be a stepping stone position, but it springboards you towards more. It springboards you here with this Fool card to like a fresh new opportunity. So you may actually take something temporary that is like a plot twist kind of energy into something that you've always wanted to do, because I feel there is a new start here. You may have to wait for a little period of time. So you may take something in between, like a temporary role or something that interests you, that requires you moving, you know, because the Four of Wands can be moving job. Okay, and I feel this new start, there's a lot of security there. The World card can indicate you will work in this position, or you will elevate in this position until retirement. Okay, so I feel there's an extremely exciting opportunity coming on in. And the Seven of Cups indicates you have options. I feel this is about what you're focused on, where you want to take your career to next, because it feels like a bit of a blank canvas for you, which may feel thrilling and also daunting, okay? But I do see an opportunity coming in that you've had to wait for, but it feels like you have options. They'll come all at the same time, which is typical, of course, but I feel there's one that you will entertain and maybe even trial. But I feel something else may come along as well. But I feel, you know, there is one opportunity that you're like, yep, that's the one. And you will sign a contract with that. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, or you're an independent worker, sole trader, and you're like not looking for opportunities, at this time. It can be that you're looking for clients or to expand your reach, and that's definitely happening there for you as well. You have the Seven of Cups, Four of Wands, the Fool card, Hangman, and the World. I mean, the Hangman is an energy of relaxed, new knowledge. So some of you could be upskilling at this time to gain new knowledge, to open up to new pay grades or diversify whatever it is that you're working on right now, to strike out in different directions. I'm actually seeing a Scorpion in the water right now as well. Now, this could indicate you're connecting to someone who has Scorpion energy, or perhaps you have like a rising sign or an ascendant sign in Scorpio. It doesn't have to be that though. Scorpions can indicate resilience, striking out. Maybe that's what I just said, you know, it said striking out. That was the energy that came out there. So when I say it said, it's like I'm being given energies and words by my guides. So it's like in the water, I can see striking out and an image of a scorpion. So I'm just being given this energy of you being tenacious, of you kind of like being an industry leader who is a real kind of like force to be reckoned with. So it could be, yeah, for some of you, it could be that, you know, there's rivalry and you're protecting your position in some way. So maybe this is a logo as well. It could be a logo of a company, or it could be that, you know, you're striking while the iron's hot on something. So I'm just going to leave it like that, but holding on to something. I mean, because we have the Devil card there as well, it could be like someone has the potential to say something that stings in the working environment. That could be like a minor kind of confrontation. But looking at the energy with the Four of Wands, I feel like it works itself out. Okay, it doesn't damage the working relationship. It could be that you're having to stand up for something or protect your views on something in the working industry over the next coming weeks and months. And you're sticking to your decisions is what I see there. But you may also like teach them a lesson, or they learn something from you about resilience, about, you know, your staying power. So I'm just going to leave that there because that's not going to resonate with everyone. But let's come back to the card. We got transformation. Something about you has changed, okay? And also, this could be that you are completing projects to a high degree, that you're on to the next. You know, it can indicate the end of a month, you know, end of an accounting period, for example, or you're looking at renewals of contracts and service providers and all of that stuff. So it can be that you're in a flurry of activity in order to stay on top of your administrative tasks. And the Death card can indicate that when you complete something, you're on to the next. But this is often like a springboard towards something more. This is about creating space for something better to come on in. So I would say this Death card energy is a resurrection of your energy, a rebirth or a change of something to improve it. It's the end of a cycle. You have a lot of ending cycles here. So it could be that some of you are actually looking at retirement, trying to work really hard right now to retire early. For example, you may be focused on your 401ks at this time, pooling your resources to put certain amounts of money into that fund. And I mean, with the transformation card there, it could also be that you are retired and you have come to this reading wondering about your finances. I mean, I do see this energy here of spending, being strict with your finances there, looking at your options. Some of you with that Four of Wands, there is this kind of like financial collaboration that you may be looking into. But with that Hangman, I would say pause and get more information on it before you connect to it. If this is like a global fund, or if this is, you know, a financial acquisition, Hangman is always good to, you know, not rush into something, to get new knowledge on it before you actually invest in it. Look at your options. I would say also get good advice on it legally before you connect to anything there. You know, the Fool card can indicate to look before you leap into something. But I would say a lot of you are maintaining and sustaining your finances if you are retired. And I feel you could be treated over the next coming weeks and months by family or friends is what I'm seeing there as well. Some of you, if you have like a vacational kind of home, if you're retired, you could actually split your time in those, and some of you may be trying to pool your resources in order to purchase real estate that could be like a holiday home, because we have the World card there, if you're lucky enough to do that. I mean, this could be like a dream or a vision that you have right now, because we have that Queen of Cups there. You're looking at the vision of what you aspire to. So it could be that you're hoping to purchase real estate abroad that will become like a nest egg, or could become like a vacational home, but actually you like rent it out as a holiday let at some point. Some of you could be looking into that at this time. I mean, this is something that's unusual, doesn't actually come out in my readings often, but it's maybe something that you're thinking about at this time, or perhaps something that you're thinking would help in retirement. Or if you are retired, it's something that perhaps you're thinking about spending some time with family at this time, and then renting out a property in order to gain more resources. So these could be thoughts just going around at this moment in time. But ultimately, I feel like you feel something needs to change, or you need to implement some sort of second stream of income or strategy, because there are two queens here. Now, of course, this reading is all about you and your industry. You've got the vision, you've got the ambition, you've got the tenacity, and you care so much about what you do. You're all in, is what I see here, because these can be aspects of self. Queen of Cups, you care so much, and you know, you're really good at what you do, you're fully invested, but also you're erecting healthier boundaries when it comes to the working environment. So even if you work for yourself, you may be deciding to have, you know, healthier cutoff points, so that you have more time to rest or recuperate or regenerate your energy there. You could be looking at health and safety in the working environment with that Queen of Cups there as well. Some of you may even decide, if you work for a company, to, you know, step into some sort of leadership position, or some sort of position where you are responsible for health and safety, like a fire warden, you know, or maybe both, because you have the Queen of Wands, which would be fire warden there. Queen of Cups could be, you know, some sort of like health and safety or first aider position there. So it could be that you're changing your pay packet because it's a financial incentive to have more responsibility. Or if you are someone who runs your own business, it could be that you're looking into health and safety courses at this time for the people who work for you or with you. And it could be that you are making sure that, you know, everyone is provided for in that respect, so they feel like they are taken care of, and therefore it's more productive. People, when they really care about what they do, of course, they're more productive. So it could be that you're also looking at your dedication to your industry, and you're passionate, you're driven, you're actually following your passions, you're leading with that passion, that creativity there, and you're exploring something at this time, and you're magnetic. Opportunities are coming towards you because of all that effort that you've been putting in there. I think I said this in one of your previous readings. It's coming up again. You know, your success is not by accident, it is by design, because you have a vision and you're making necessary steps and taking action towards making it happen there, okay? Now, in terms of your finances, a lot of you may be like, okay, yes, I want to know about my career, but what about my finances? Well, a lot of you may be looking at your spending habits at this time. Queen of Wands is a card that says you treat yourself, or you have an inclination to treat yourself, and you know, to splash the cash a little bit, okay? Nothing wrong with that, of course, if you have the resources. Queen of Cups is a little bit more reflective, so it could be that you're looking at quality over quantity at this time, and the Death card could indicate that you are transforming your finances. You have a financial strategy or goal that you will reach at this time. You know, the World card indicates more abundance for you, so it can indicate that, you know, you are being more balanced when it comes to your money. You're calculating what it is that you want to save, you're looking at your options, you're cutting out things that you don't utilize, like subscriptions perhaps. For some of you, just be a little bit mindful about a subscription, especially if you took a trial period on something that you're like, you know, if it's a TV service, for example, and you took a trial period because there's a show that you really wanted to watch, but it's not shown anywhere else. So it means you have to like sign up to a platform in order to view it. If there's a trial period and you don't actually want it long term, this is a friendly reminder to cut it off right now, because the Devil card can bind you to something, okay? And it could be really hard to get out of. You may have to wait it out, or it just feels like there's a trial period, and after that you're bound to pay for something. So if you want to cut it out, there may be like a few more payments you'll have to make on that before you can finally cut it out for good. So just watch out for that there. But you know, there's so many people here, so this could be that, you know, especially since we have two people in the resistance position, You know, this could be a couple, for example. There could be some sort of work affair if you work in a company, or perhaps an industry affair that threatens to get in the way of business in some way. Or, you know, it could be that two people who've been seeing each other behind the scenes, like they're outed in an industry, because the Devil card can indicate something that is clandestine, especially in the resistance position. And because the Devil card is there, Capricorn energy, this could be you. So if you are, you know, connected romantically or physically intimate with someone in the working environment, there is an energy here of a reveal. Okay, so it could get out. There could be someone, so watch who you confide in. There could be someone who, you know, breaks confidentiality there, or there's gossip there that's coming through as well. So just watch out for that. Could be exposed there. But some of you, if you have a partner and you're in a high-level commitment, you could actually be thinking about a family business at this time, or, you know, working with your nearest and dearest. However, there could be some conflict there. There could be a bit of extra pressure because, of course, when you're with each other 24/7 and you're working with each other as well, it could, you know, put a little bit extra strain on the relationship. I mean, you and your person, you're tight. There's a lot of love there, and I feel like you're making great choices and options, but it could be that you have to manage expectations. And also, you know, sometimes when you care so much about something, there could be this kind of like extra pressure between you both, you know, so just watch out for that. But I feel things will come to a really nice conclusion. There's a lot of success there. The World card energy indicates if you're launching something at this time, it's going to be successful, whether you're on your own or not. I'm just addressing the fact there's so many people here, okay, and that it feels like you're getting attention for your business, or people are talking about what you do for a living, and your reputation is increasing, is what I'm seeing, okay? Now, also, for some of you, you're definitely leaving a position in order to, like, start something new or launch something. Some of you could be becoming your own boss at this time, you know, because this is a promotion vibe. It's in the resistance position, so it could be something that's in the works right now, or it's something you're thinking about. But if you're launching your own business, I feel it's going to be very successful indeed. You're very gifted. A lot of productivity around this card. You're going to be very active. You're not sitting on your laurels. You're making things happen, and they will flourish. A lot of you have already implemented seeds or ideas that are taking shape right now, and there's more to come, more success on those things. A lot of you, success comes from something you started in the past or have connections to in the past with that Four of Wands energy. So it could be that something you did, you know, kind of goes viral. It could be something in the past that is discovered, or it could be that you did something in the past that has royalties attached to it. If you've trademarked it or something, it could be someone comes towards you to utilize your content and has to pay you for it. Maybe there's some sort of subscription, or it could be that you get a rebate, tax rebate there as well. So I'm seeing some sort of money from the past coming into your present moment there, and it just helps your bank account flourish in some way. But also this card, because it's in the resistance position at the first, I mean, it will go into the upright as you move through the 6 weeks, but it can indicate that you feel like you haven't reached your full potential in some area, and you may be learning new skills in order to enter new pay grades. If you've been promised a promotion by your boss, it could be that it was stalled or their hands were tied on it. It feels like they weren't really the person who could completely offer it to you. It feels like there was a process and someone above them had to kind of like sign something off before they could fully offer it to you. But you will reconnect to this opportunity, and that new start will be there for you. So a promotion that was delayed finally comes forward for you, and it can also offer you an option to work in an overseas branch. So some of you, it could be that you're looking at the company, especially if it's a global company, there could be an opportunity to work abroad. If you are someone who works for yourself, you're an independent worker, or you work in some industry that you're very creative, or it's very hands-on, or you deal with the public because it feels very public facing, whatever this is, because there's so many people there, I feel there's an option to either do something very similar abroad or overseas, or you could be migrating your business or looking for options overseas with that world energy. But you could also be looking at the world and how globally things are very volatile right now, and you could see some slowdown of industry or some closures But looking at the energy for you, I feel it gives you options. And I feel there's something coming on in here that you benefit from, you celebrate. Okay, it feels like if there's been any delays in infrastructure or any problems with deliveries, I feel things start moving again as they should, but there was a slight delay. But now it feels like an alternative has been sought, and it feels like it's much better. It just works a lot more streamlined than it did before. So that's coming out there as well. I mean, this is a heightened period of creativity. If you've had any creative blocks recently and have been like at capacity, I feel a lot of you are overwhelmed with that King of Cups energy. There's a lot to do. There's been a lot on your mind there, especially since we've got that Devil card energy as well. I feel like you're focused on your business path or your sense of purpose with your career. Some of you may have been feeling really stuck, okay, and trying to revamp something or change it. And this is a very poignant time for you to actually make these tweaks or changes that benefit you and put you completely in alignment for your plans to take shape, but also to celebrate some sort of news that comes in. There is a victory here for you, or like a milestone victory. There is more to come after that. It doesn't feel like that's the end of it. So you could be waiting for something with that King of Cups in the resistance position, something that you would love that you haven't acquired yet. This could be a dream job opportunity or a promotion, or it could be that you're hoping for that one big break or that one, client that you love working with, or it just feels like an opportunity here that's going to be offered to you. I mean, it could also be like a wealthy patron or someone who really shares your vision, supports you in some way, someone who gives you an opportunity. I mean, that actually is a Scorpio card. I just realized the King of Cups is a Scorpio card. So there could be some connection to a Scorpio or a Scorpion. As I said, it could be a logo, or it could be like an industry that is very fast-paced and a little bit cutthroat, a lot of competition, or people kind of like, stepping over each other to get where they want to go. But you actually find an alliance, someone who really cares, someone who does not want to step over people to get to the top. It can also be you, taking a route where you are doing things that you love, and you're not willing to kind of like bulldoze through people to get to where you want to go. Instead, you're building alliances, people who are on side. If you're dealing with a very challenging client, boss situation, meeting, or a deal over the next coming weeks or months, you win the room. You are someone who's going to turn it around and win the opportunity. And the Devil card, this can indicate that you're leading with passion. You're so ambitious about something that you're obsessed. For some of you, it can be that you need that level of obsession to get to the top, but don't be tunnel vision to the point where you lock yourself off to other opportunities, because there's so many options coming through here. So there could be options that inform whatever it is that you do that will kind of like complement second streams of income, for example. So I'm just going to give you an example. If you are someone who is an artist, okay, let's just say artist for now because you have a creativity card there. If you're an artist and you work in a certain medium, you're creating your art. You're out there doing it. You're making it happen. People are attracted to what you do. They want to pay for your art. But also, you could have another avenue to explore. You could strike out in a different direction. For example, you could also put your creative process online on like a social media platform, for example, and people could view you in action doing what you do best, what you love. And a second stream of income could come through that. Or you could like meet someone who offers you a brand deal, or someone sees your work, your process, and says, I love that. It could be a gallery that says, hey, we love what you're doing right now. Do you want to partner up? I feel like you could explore other avenues at this time because there's a lot of explorative energy at the end of your 6 weeks. For some of you, it could be that you document how to use certain materials or mediums that you work in. You could do a video or a blog or a book or a manual on how to do something to inform other people. And it could be that you're breaking something down there because, those people could be the steps or the breaking down of like, how you blend or dissolve a medium, because the cups are all about water. It could be that you're looking at certain like oil that you use for your paint, and you could dissolve it with a certain substance that creates a different effect. For some of you, it could be that, you heat up with the Queen of Wands. You heat up that medium and it creates a different desired effect, or you blow dry it to dry it or something, it feels like whatever you do, it can have many different reaches. So if you're an accountant, for example, it could be that, day to day you're doing your accountancy, but you could also be writing a book about taxes or accountancy work, or, breaking things down for people to understand things. And that book could be your second stream of income. Or you could be online, be an influencer in a financial market and have videos to say, okay, let's break it down. What does this mean in the financial industry? Same with if you're a caterer. Please apply it to your industry, because I feel a lot of you right now are looking to diversify what you do and get so many reaches from one thing or one industry, and I feel like you're going to make it work. Okay, so that's coming out there. We've got the Lovers card, which is all about choice. We've got the Seven of Cups, which is all about choice, options, looking at how one thought or one vision could branch out in so many different directions. Like, for example, if you're working in a cafe, it could be that you're promoting the cafe. You're also working in the cafe. You could actually, put up a video online of creating the best coffee, or, the different coffee blends and how they inform the nature of the best coffee, or, different coffee designs, or different, recipes. A lot of you are just looking at what you do right now and saying, okay, how can I make it work in different ways? Media, platforms, getting the message out there, because the world is to expand your reach. But the Lovers card is to do something you love or do something you're doing right now and look at how you can double it. It is a Gemini card of the twins. So this is to double, but this is to multiply. This is can I get a lot of reach from this one thing? So a lot of you with that Seven of Cups, you're looking at options and different streams or networks. Even if you're a musician, you're a visionary, you're downloading all this energy, this feeling, you're putting it into music, and you may be looking at different platforms to get your music out there. Spotify, TikTok, all of this stuff. I'm not here to promote any social media platform, okay, or anything at all, okay? I'm just giving you an idea of how you can expand your reach or be known for what you do. And if the nature of your industry is not like that, it can be that there are people who are in positions of power or influence that are noticing what you are about, and they want to help you transform, because I feel there is some sort of co-alliance here or opportunity to collaborate or be seen by a person who wants to offer you an opportunity to work together, because the Four of Wands is also an energy of people coming together to celebrate a milestone or, a monumental moment. But if you're doing this all by yourself, the Four of Wands is a celebratory energy, which means you did this, you're self-made. Even if someone offers you a platform or an opportunity, you're the one with the skills. You're the one with the talent. You're the one that's making this happen. They're giving you the opportunity, or the universe is offering you the opportunity there. The Four of Wands can be some sort of deal, okay? It can be an energy here where you achieve some sort of success that requires moving. So it could be that you're moving location. I don't know if you heard that knock just now. That could be, an indication. My guides are here right now, but the knock was over there, almost like confirmation that some of you could be moving into some sort of new role or opportunity that requires you moving, or have some sort of milestone moment where you're putting a structure in place and you complete that part of your plan. You're like, it's done. You're excited because the next part now is starting to take shape. So I would say with this Four of Wands that things are developing, and I feel, this is your outcome energy. So you're definitely going to celebrate something over the next coming weeks and months, whether it is a business partnership or alliance or a brand deal, or, some sort of award or bursary to help you do what you do, or an investment in some way. But the Four of Wands is you're nearly there. You're halfway there to whatever it is you want to achieve as a destination. And when things start to take shape, that is actually, an encouragement by the universe. Keep going. You're on the right track. We've got that Seven of Cups. This is your visions. you know, we can have many purposes. Seven of Cups can indicate, you know, whatever you focus on, that is where the growth will be. So if you're focusing on your bank account, of course, that's where your growth will be. And a lot of you are focused on your vision, you're focused on your passion, you're focused, of course, on finances and wealth, because the World card is all about abundance, and the Fool card is a new start, something that you feel maybe you should have done a long time ago. This could even be a project or an idea you've been sitting on, whether it's to launch your own business or, you know, launch a new style or do a startup on something. The Seven of Cups indicates you can strike out in any direction and it will be successful because you're good at anything that you turn your hand to. But also, I would say that there's a lot of activity in July, especially the end of July there, and it can be that you have a lot on your to-do list, and I feel structure will work really well for you at the end of the month, because I feel like you're going to have so many things to do. It's important to prioritize. You could feel a little bit overwhelmed with so much to do, but actually the way you conduct yourself, you're right on target and you won't feel so overwhelmed. In fact, it feels like, you know, exciting because you're doing so many different things. It feels refreshing. Now, we also have a lot of you, as I said, working really hard in order to take a vacation. The World card can indicate some of you will go overseas, or it could be that, you know, you are looking to take a trip in some way. Fool card even indicates there that there's a new start that will lead to an ending. So this can indicate, as I mentioned earlier, some of you may take a temporary role that has like a start and a finish date. Could be a freelance opportunity there, but it opens new doors. You will form creative alliances with these people and you will return to working with these people again. And as they rise, you rise. Some of you, this could also be a return client or a customer that helps spread, you know, the word about your endeavor. But a lot of you, for the Fool card, it can indicate new technology or new ways of working that helps expand your reach in some way, new technology, new tools, new computer software, or even hardware or kit for whatever it is that you do. This is like learning new things. But also the Fool card is to take a leap of faith. Have faith in your visions and, you know, watch them unfold. But also I would say this could be a startup of fresh new ideas or taking a chance in something and having fun in doing what you do best. And you're taking it to the top. You're starting things and finishing things. So no matter what industry you work in, whether you work for yourself, whether you work for a company, you know, or you're contracted in some way, I feel like you complete what you start. You're not messing about. You're not procrastinating. The Devil card is in the resistance position. You're doing what is best for your industry and you're getting the job done. And you're not going to stop until it's done. But the World card indicates completion, success, reward, and feeling really proud of yourself and that everything is coming into balance. But a lot of you, this can be that your industry, there are some global changes, but this fresh new start is something to be celebrated, because I feel some of you may actually return to an old way of working, or even though you are utilizing new skills or new technology, it feels like the old way is the best way in some way, okay? But somehow you blend the two, because the Lover's card can be a blending of energies, okay? Where you get the best of both worlds. You retain a strategy or you retain something that you've always done, but you build upon it with new endeavors or new approaches there. So it doesn't always mean that someone is leaving one role in order to move into a new role. It can be that you are leaving a certain way of working behind because it's not working, but retaining some things that are and then embracing something new that will blend with what you already do. Okay, so the Hangman is new knowledge, and I feel knowledge, of course, is power, and I feel this can be you kind of like forcing yourself almost to take a break, because you're ambitious, you are tenacious, and you're obsessed about what you do, or you're obsessed to get to the top or reach your goal. And I feel like you don't want to stop until it's done, but the Hangman puts himself on the tree of life. So it can be that you know you need to take a pause sometime to regenerate your energy. But also I feel this is like a product of relaxing, as we say, because you've had this flurry of activity. This is taking a pause on purpose in order to rejuvenate, but also to acquire new knowledge, see something from a different perspective. Whenever we're in the midst of something, in the flurry of activity, we feel all consumed, overwhelmed, and feel like we're in the same position. We don't see the impact that we're making. We don't see the advancement that we are making because we're in the middle of it. But when you take a step back, a pause, you see how far you've come. You see that everything informed your journey to this date, that everything had a reason and everything had a season. So anything you're having to let go of right now, it's because it's run its course. You've learned lessons and now you're moving forward and you're taking the knowledge with you. A lot of you may also decide to embrace some sort of course of learning, education, or upskilling in some way in order to unlock a new pay grade or unlock a new opportunity that you absolutely love. And because you had the card of duality there, with that Lover's card energy, I would say you're going to be dealing with second streams of income. Different kind of like financial entities that somehow pool into one, if that makes sense. I mean, the one could be you. They all pool into your bank account. So these could be thoughts at this time. It could be that you're trying to structure all this to make it happen in your life. You have dreams with that Queen of Cups. You have a vision. And the Queen of Wands indicates you're magnetic. You gain attention in your industry because of your passion and your inspiration. You have attention to detail. You're taking action to make it happen. And then with the World card, it means you complete your goal or you reach your desired destination. We've got the Death card, again, change, and the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, something is being offered to you. So I feel something comes in that is either news or an opportunity that is offered to you, something you're going to love, and it changes everything. You know, the Death card is creating space for something better. The Knight of Cups is an opportunity to take you somewhere with your vision. And it can be a very explorative time. You know, the Knight of Cups is an offer, a proposition of an opportunity that you will be admired for taking this opportunity, and it will literally transform your life. So I feel there is some sort of new way of working or new endeavor or new opportunity coming that will literally open things up for you, a portal of change that almost, I want to say, moves the goalposts in a really positive way. It's like you're taking your shot at something and it's a goal and I feel like you reach it. Okay, so I'm just going to get some final cards. We got branching out. Oh my gosh, your whole reading was about that. That's the first card that was upturned. Branching out, diversifying, extending your reach in some way, you know, having your reputation increase. People are going to know what you're about. They're going to celebrate what you're achieving. So we've got expand your reach, more work, side hustle, growing, new ideas, franchising, and roots. So it's almost like something is rooted in one, or you are the one, you're the foundation, you're the root, and now everything is an extension of you. And it feels like there's going to be many extensions. So you're going to capitalize on this one thing or this one idea, and it has a far-reaching effect for you, whatever this is. Okay, and yeah. Branching out is always about money. It's always about extending. It's like the pentacles going out there. Pentacles and tentacles, I just heard. So yeah, it's like different fingers in many different pies, okay? And we've also got new heights. Notice how this Death card, this figure is reaching new heights, elevating. Change brings elevation for you. And it says ladder of success, steady climb, solid ground, enduring, exceeding expectations. So what you're enduring right now, all the sacrifices that you're making, because the Hangman is there, so it indicates you're sacrificing a lot of your time and your energy right now to make it happen, and you will be rewarded for it. You're reaching new heights. There is success here, and I feel like you'll have more than one financial stream of income in your future if you haven't got it already. And if you have it already, I feel like you're going to expand on that as well. So I'll leave that there. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay. Oh my gosh. So we have the camel. So that is to be resilient. So it's another kind of creature that represents resilience, just like that scorpion energy. But as you can see, the camel moves through very sparse environments. And of course, economically right now, things are challenging. So, camels typically in the desert, so it could indicate that perhaps, there looks like there isn't much opportunity right now, but you're moving on through, you're resilient, you're, making your resources go a long way, but you're thirsty for more, as it were. And I feel like there is change here that offers you an opportunity. I feel like you have staying power on something, and you're moving through challenging times, of course. You're exhausted, but I feel like you're seeing it through to the end, and the end brings a lot of change. We have the snake. Shedding old skin, as I mentioned, perhaps shedding some aspects of an old way of doing something to rebirth or rejuvenate. The snake is all about change. It connects to the death card itself. It is an energy here of emerging in a different form. So I feel like you're coming up, you're emerging, and there's something changed about you. And I feel like you're going to witness an elevation very, very soon. I mean, the snake is connecting to this year. This is the year of the snake. So I feel this is your year to rise and transform during very challenging economic times. But I feel like you're being very savvy in your choices and the next steps on your elevation towards abundance and success. You're putting a lot of hard work in here. So I feel like there is change and reward, okay? But also you're like being savvy with your finances. The camel can indicate, not just resilience, but also saving your resources, not depleting them, looking at where you overspend. And we mentioned that at the beginning there as well. So, or where you spend and you don't need to. Perhaps there's subscriptions that you're connected to, been meaning to get round to ending, but you just haven't done it yet. So it could be that you're looking at things like that, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Capricorn. It may not resonate for everybody, but I had to honor all the energies that came out and the cards and the scrying and everything like that because, of course, it's going to be different for everybody. But I do hope someone can connect to something that was in that reading. Thank you so much, my beautiful Capricorn, and love and light.